Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you're all doing excellent. Today I want to get started on working on the doors for the FC. Let me show you what we were working with right now. This door right here, the driver's side door, this door handle is broken. So what that means is it's not connected to the rods inside that actuate the opening of the door. So if I shut this, I can't get in, I have to go to the other side of the car. So I want to fix that. I also want to get this trim in for this vent piece so that looks nice. And you can see here this switch is broken. I have a replacement. And right now the power windows are not working. So I want to figure that out and see if I need to run new power, if the switches are good, etc. Because the motors do work because I can jump them and make it go up and down. And then lastly, I want to try and install this to give this 30-year-old car power door locks. So this is a really cool looking kit. I'm going to see how easy it is to install, give you guys a review of how that goes, and a little bit of a step-by-step. This is for a 4-door car, so there's 4 actuators, but it was more affordable than some of the 2-door ones, so I'm going to give it a shot. So first things first, we got to get the door cards off, and then we can get to work. Alright everyone, good news. I rerouted the harness here inside the door, and pretty much everything's connected. And with a new switch here, look at that! Boom! So that's great, making good progress. Next thing I want to do is start working on the door lock. So this is all the instructions I get, which should be enough for me, which all the connections from this harness go to. This is the control box here, and these are the actuators. So everything is pretty much color coded. Right now I just need to work on routing some wiring through the door and getting power and ground hooked up. Looks pretty simple. Red is power, comes fused. Black is ground. Go ahead and take care of that now. Okay, so despite this wiring looking complicated and messy, it's not that difficult. Right now I just have power sitting there, ground connected, and I've got this first actuator here. Boom, 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 boom. So now I need to get it connected to this rail here, which locks and unlocks the door. Okay, cool. So here's the actuator mounted in there. This section of the door panel had some screw holes, which is pretty cool because I was just able to use those. Now if you see, there's a bracket. There's quite a few of them that are supplied with this kit. I was able to mount it right along there. And then this actuator, it's spliced in here, and you just bend this by hand. And if I unlock, lock, unlock, lock, you can see that here. Unlock, lock, unlock, unlock. So I'm just going to tighten everything up, make sure this is good, and I got to figure out how to route this harness, which is just running back here for power for now. Alright, so what I'm thinking, we got that mounted, it's working. Routed the wires in through here, and here is the control unit right here. Now under the dash, it's a little dark, but there is a speaker that I'm not going to be replacing, and it seems like a convenient location to put this up in here, run this antenna from the top of it over up so it gets a good signal, and I have access to all the wiring and everything. There's a lot tucked back in there because, again, this is a 4-door unit. We're only using 2. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and tidy this up a little bit, and then I'm going to get the door handle installed on this door here and get this all tidied up with the pieces that are missing so we can look at one finished product. Now, before I button up this driver's side door, this is the old door handle. You can see it doesn't look so good because it was blue and I had to paint it, and it's a horrible shape to try and paint. And also, this piece is what was broken. I tried to replace it with a zip tie with a little clip on it, but it needs this piece, and this is what clips around and holds onto the rod inside the door that opens the door latch mechanism. So this side looks much better, polished it all up, it's in better condition. So I just need to swap this lock barrel out. You just pull these tabs back and slide it in so it works with my key, and then go ahead and pop that in the door. Alright guys, ready to check this out? I think it's going to work. Oh, okay. Got my little fob here. Alright, first of all, take a look at the inside of the door. Got the vents in, looks good. Got some new hardware in there. Switches. Oh my gosh, window goes up and down. Slow on the up, but that's normal for these cars. So that's cool. Let's see. Watch the lock. That's cool. Which is good that I did install this because, as I mentioned, this door handle was not working to unlock the door. But also, the linkage from the barrel lock down to the door to lock and unlock it doesn't work. So now, the only way I can do it is with a fob. So anyway, let's try locked. Doesn't work. Unlocked. Oh, yes. Bringing this 1980s car straight into the 90s with power door locks. All right, now I'm going to take care of the other side. All right, so it's a couple days later. Had to finish up for the day and pack up my things, but I'm going to get back to work on the other door. But almost every day I've come out and just open and close the door because I think it's so cool to have a 30-year-old plus car that didn't come equipped with power door locks that can do this. Whoop! Seems so simple, but if anybody's doing something similar to this, you know that is an awesome luxury. And again, like I said, the key lock mechanism doesn't work on this door anyway, so it was always a pain. But also, if you remember, we got working windows. Oops, I gotta put the key in. Working windows here. A little slow on the up, which is notorious for these cars. And now that I've got a good switch in here from the driver's side, window goes down over here, and even slower on the up, but I'm hoping, I'm about to take apart this door, get it back in shape, and I'm hoping that if I do a little bit of maybe oiling and clearing the rails that it runs on, that it'll go up and down more smoothly. Okay, so I got the door skin off, and I was just reconnecting all the harness, and I realized that for some reason, because it has the same connector probably, I had this connection that goes to an actuator down here connected to the light, and when I reconnected it, I realized that it is tuned into this lock. And I do remember long ago when the car was in its stock form that if you unlocked the driver door, it would unlock the passenger door, just actuating inside, not anything with the power. But now if I unlock, it locks and unlocks without me needing to wire in anything from this kit. Now if I did, on the other side, I put it right here and spliced in the wire to control the lock into this bar right here using the hardware. I think if I ever redo that other door, I might put it down here where the stock one is, because there's obviously some space to do that over there. Might be a little bit easier, although this is nice and convenient as well. But for now, I've got what I need. On and off, and I don't really need to mess with anything. So I've got extra actuators. So for other two-door cars I get, if I want to get some, you know, classics, can throw those in there. But for now, I think I'm done with that. Now I'm going to try and see if I can make this window go up and down a little bit better. Okay, so I'm here messing with the car door windows again. Got my switch wired up here. So I went ahead and WD-40'd all the rails. There's one right behind the door right here. Easy to access with some points to inject some lubricant. And this one over here. And it's going up and down a little bit better. Still not perfect, but it might even be better than the driver's side door right now with lubricant. But also, down here on the other side, there's supposed to be, let me show you. See if you can see. There's this little guide here. Oh boy. And then it makes this horrible sound. And it goes up. Now that's actually going up pretty good now, but I need to get, there's supposed to be a guide that keeps that thing inside of it and it loops through here. So I have a piece of heater hose. Looks about the right width, 5/8. So I'm going to go ahead and slide that on down in here. I put a slit in the end of it with a razor blade just so it'll fit over the very end. Go ahead and slide that on, and I'm going to use this to hold it in place. But since I can't attach it on that end, I'm going to probably put a zip tie down here too, unless I can get this thing nice and tight around it. But it's an old fitting, so it probably won't. Let's see. Oh, it's staying. Okay. So now, let's see. Okay, that went pretty good. Alright, and that's really not bad for that window. So I'm going to fill this whole tube with WD-40 so it's nice and lubricated. Cut this off to fit, and then I think I'm ready to put this door back together. But I might take a look at how well this other one's doing now that I've had some more discovery on this side and touch a few things up. Alright guys, so the door's back together. Everything seems to be working well. As you can hear, the car is on because what I've noticed is that with the increased, I guess, amperage from the alternator running, both windows work way, way better. Can you hit the passenger side up and down over there? Go up. It's still slow, but it's way quicker and way smoother. So, anyway, got the doors back together tonight and over the past few days. Excited to have some new functionality to an old car and to get a few more things buttoned up and working well. Hope you guys can hear me okay over the FC idling, but even if you can't, I hope you're enjoying the tone of the exhaust. Hopefully we'll be back with you soon to enjoy some driving clips and a few more detailed projects on getting this beautiful baby back together.